Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Now, Rick Carlisle, who I really do not like, I think he's the most overrated coach in history, came out to say Zion Williamson reminds him of Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal. He actually said that. He actually said Shaquille O'Neal. So it's like, I don't like comparing players. I never like comparing players because everyone talks about Kobe and Mike. They compare them because somebody broke down a footage of showing Kobe doing Michael's moves, but he didn't watch Kobe's entire career. Kobe told you I took from Michael. But Kobe took from Elgin Baylor. He took from Oscar. He took from Bird, Magic. He took everything from all the legends. He just learned, he patterned his game early on around Michael Jordan. As his career kept going, he took from all these other players. He took moves from Dirk Nowitzki and Tracy McGrady. He took a lot of moves from them. He took moves from Vince Carter. Which he did. A lot of people will look at it and be like, you're just a Kobe lover. And I keep telling people, I hated Kobe growing up. I didn't like Kobe until that run where they lost to the Detroit Pistons that season. Kobe Bryant played out of his mind. This guy was going to court and going to the basketball court, and he was dropping 50. It's like Dave Chappelle said it. Dave Chappelle said it best. The judge gave him the ball and said, play for your life. And he was playing garbage in one game, and that's when the Black Mamba was born against T-Mac. The first half, he played like crap. And I remember the game. When T-Mac started talking about it, I'm like, I remember that game. Because all of us was talking about who was better, T-Mac or Kobe Bryant. We used to argue this point all the time. And in the second half, Kobe Bryant outscored him, I think, 30-some points to like 5 or 10. T-Mac was nullified. He got shut down. And that's when everybody was like, well, I guess we can't do this comparison no more. Now, we've had a heated debate. Last time Christian was on Carcino for Life. Shout out to Everyday Gaming 98, Christian. That's my brother there. My dog. And Cino was there too. So the debate is, who would you take, Dwight Howard or Shaquille O'Neal? Me, I ran with Shaquille O'Neal off top. I said Shaq. But when I started unveiling and tearing down some things and breaking down now, Shaq, as far as offense, like scoring and passing the ball, Shaq was better. He was better passing the ball. He was better scoring and dunking the ball and everything. Dwight Howard was better rim protecting and on-ball defense. Defensively, he was better. He was better. And he was a better rebounder than Shaquille O'Neal. Better rebounder. Better defender. More athletic, I believe. I would say he was a little more athletic than Shaq. Shaq, for his size, was amazing. We never seen something like that. The guy 7'1", able to do the things Shaq could do. Now, Here's my thing. People talk about clutchness, like who was more clutcher. To me, Shaq and Dwight Howard are about the same when it comes to clutchness. They're not very clutch. They're not going to hit the clutch free throws. They're not going to make the clutch play. That play where Shaq caught the alley-oop, people forget. Kobe crossed the hell out of Scotty. Kobe Bryant and the supporting cast led the Lakers back in that game. Shaq was non-effective. Shaq was putting up all these points, but it was the defensive end where Shaq was struggling. That is where Robert Horry was intricate. That was when Horace Grant was intricate, because defensively, those two handled the responsibility while Shaq just guards Ostertag or somebody. But Dwight Howard has the ability to guard 5 positions. Dwight Howard could guard point guards. He could guard 2 guards. He could guard the 3, the 4s, and the 5. Shaq can only guard the 5s. He can't guard. He only could guard some 4s. Like if the 4 was like a who can I say? The 4s back in the day, they weren't really effective. But when he started going against the Tim Duncans, the Rasheeds, the Chris Webbers, the Dirks, they were killing Shaq. They would stretch Shaq out. That's how teams were beating the Lakers. They would put Dirk, Rasheed, and all them at the 5 and have them shoot the ball, and they would be killing Shaq. On the defensive end, they would hold their own against Shaq. People forget that in the West, Shaq was getting shut down a lot of times. If it wasn't for Kobe Bryant or the supporting cast consisting of Robert Horry, Rick Fox, Brian Shaw coming off the bench, Horace Grant, Glenn Rice in his latter part, they were able to pick up the slack. So this notion that Shaq carried anybody, it wasn't true. Shaq didn't carry anybody. He never carried nobody. They would carry Shaq because Shaq would either be lazy or he would take his time off. Now, Shaq has had some games where he did carry his load where the other guy was off. Like Kobe may be off, Penny may be off, D. Wade may be off. He would step up, but that was rarely. Shaq had a team around him. So if those guys went down, he still has somebody else to get a ball to. So clutchness, they're about the same. But as far as offense, like passing and scoring, Shaq was the better player. Now, overall, who would I take? I would take Dwight Howard because Dwight Howard, if he would have went against Hakeem Olajuwon then, instead, if you would have replaced him and Shaq, that Magic team gets over the hump. Because Dwight Howard was very effective at setting picks. He was able to pass the ball just enough to get the guys involved. And not only that, Dwight Howard is very strong. People forget Dwight is strong and he is physical. If he'd have went against Shaq, Shaq would have fought Dwight Howard. They would have fought each other. But before the second quarter started, it would have been a fight. Shaq would have tried to swing and miss. D. Howard would have just pushed him over there and been like, chill out. So it would have probably been the wackest fight in history. But I would take Dwight because Dwight Howard's rim protection and defense helped the Magic beat the Celtics, the Cavs, and the I forgot the other team. What was the other team name? And then I think they beat the Wizards and them too. I think the Hawks were good at that time. Dwight Howard gave them problems. The reason that the Magic would lose is from the perimeter. They would get killed on the perimeter a lot. So if I put him with Penny Hardaway and take Shaq out, they win. Now, if I put him with a Kobe Bryant from those first 3 championships, they do not lose to the Spurs. They don't get swept by the Spurs. They would have beaten the Spurs because Dwight Howard would have taken Tim Duncan out the game. He would have gave Tim Duncan fits, and that would have disrupted the offense. Now, if I put him on that team with the Lakers that got a gentleman's swept, which they only won 1 game against the Pistons, they would have not lost to the Pistons. It would have been, they probably would have lost in probably 6 or 7. I think it would have been 7 because Dwight Howard would have given Ben Wallace problems. Him and Ben Wallace used to have battles. They would go at it. and Dwight was just as strong, if not stronger than Ben Wallace. So that's what I'm saying. If I put Shaq on those teams, that Magic team does not beat that Magic team. They would score more points, but defensively, Shaq would have been a liability. He would have been in foul trouble a lot. He would have fouled out. And as much as I love he doing them, I don't think they could have overcame if Shaq was fouling out. They weren't built like that. But if I put Dwight Howard back in the day on Hakeem Olajuwon, yeah, Hakeem Olajuwon would dominate, but Dwight Howard would have made it a lot tougher for Hakeem Olajuwon to score than Shaq would have. Defensively, Dwight Howard's footwork was better. Passing, they wouldn't have been able to be as effective on offense, but defensively, they would have been right. Dwight Howard would have been in shape. They would have been able, they wouldn't even have to deal with Dwight Howard having weight issues. He would have been there. Availability, he would have been there. And if I put Dwight Howard with Dwayne Wade in those games, it would have been a lot easier than because the ball would have moved a lot more. The ball wouldn't have been stuck in the hole with one person getting all his points. Like Shaq would have just gave you all the points. But what people forget, Shaq defensively is the reason a lot of his teams lost. And the games that they won, you got to remember, he had Robert Horry and Horace Grant. When he didn't have those 2 guys for that championship against the Pistons, they struggled. They struggled against the Spurs. The Spurs got cheated. The Spurs should have beat them that year that they played the Pistons. They should have lost. But the refs were helping them, and then Kobe was going off. Kobe was playing out of his mind. Kobe was killing. People forget that Western Conference run, Kobe was destroying teams. It's just in the finals, he missed a lot. People was like, he attempted 118 shots. Yeah, because the offense was around Kobe. Because he was the primary ball handler and the shooter. So I don't compare guys. Zion is nothing like Shaq at all. Zion Williamson is more like Larry Johnson. Everyone likes to say Charles Barkley. I'm like, nah, he's not Charles. Charles was more athletic to me. And Charles was a freak of nature. He could handle the ball better. He could pass better. He could shoot better. And he could defend better. And he was a way better rebounder than Zion Williamson was. You kidding me? Zion's barely at 7. Charles in his rookie year and onward, even to the end of his career, was averaging maybe 12 to 13 rebounds a game. And he was 6'4" compared to Zion being 6'7". Do y'all really want to go there? Do y'all really want to go there? For real. Now, since people want to diss Kobe Bryant for attempting 118 field goal attempts, right? You know, I'm making this a double video. Now, people want to talk about, I'm going to get back to the Dwight thing in a minute, but I wanted to debunk this real quick. People want to talk about when Kobe was in that finals, right? Where they lost, right? Everybody want to talk about that when they lost to the Detroit Pistons. Now, Kobe Bryant attempted for the total, he attempted 113 field goal attempts. Right? Let's go to Michael Jordan in 91 when he played the Lakers. How many field goal attempts did Michael Jordan attempt? 113. So for you guys saying Kobe was a shot jacker, Michael Jordan was doing it way before Kobe. This is Michael's first finals. Let's go to Kobe's first finals. Let's go to his first finals. Yeah, let's go to his first finals. Guess what Kobe's field goal attempts were? 90. Guess how many Shaq was? 157 field goal attempts. So for all you people trying to say, well, Kobe, the reason they lost that series because he shot too much. Michael Jordan shot at 113 field goal attempts. Shaq shot 157, way more than both of them. So Shaq was the bigger ball hog. And don't give me that he was 61%. Doesn't matter. So what are we talking about? Let's go to the second finals that Michael Jordan played in, which was 92 finals, right? Michael Jordan attempted 154 field goal attempts for the whole series. Let's go to the next one for Kobe. Kobe attempted 106 to Shaq's 110. Now, let's go to his third one. And let's go to Michael's third one. Because everybody like to talk about Kobe shot the ball too much, right? Right? That's what y'all telling me, right? Michael was at 199 field goal attempts. Guess where his counterpart Scottie was? 123. Now, let's look at Kobe and Shaq. Kobe's field goal attempts were at 70. Shaq's was at 84. You know why it was that low? Because Derek Fisher, Rick Fox, Ori George, and Shaw got off that series. They were balling that series. Now, let's go to the 04 where Kobe had 113 attempts. Shaq had 84. You know why Kobe had 113? Is because Kobe was the focal point of the offense. Okay? Do you understand, slow people? So The person who is usually the focal point of the offense is going to average between 100 to 120 or 50 field goal attempts. Shaq's field goal attempts were higher. You guys are going to argue, well, it's better because he's at 61%. Not really, because they were struggling in those series. So let's stop with the comparison about who jacked up. Jordan jacked up way more shots than Kobe. Way more. It's just that Michael Jordan was more inside than outside. Kobe took a lot more difficult shots than Michael. That's why Kobe's field goal percentages is lower than Michael. Michael took like almost a perfect shot, if that makes any sense. Now, back to what I was talking about. That's for all the Facebook and all the internet nerds who basically trying to tell me Kobe jacked up the ball too much. He's supposed to. He was the focal point of the offense. Now, Dwight Howard and Shaq, the reason why I would pick Dwight Howard is because Dwight Howard would have been more effective with all the teams that Shaq played on than Shaq. Shaq at times dominated the ball too much, where the offense was very slow and very stagnant. That's why a lot of times you see Kobe, he would pull up and hit the mid-range, and he would pull up from three because the shot clock's damn near at 5 or 6 seconds when they get the ball back. So that's what I'm saying. Shaq was a black hole. He really will hurt your offense. Dwight Howard isn't a black hole. Dwight would have more ball movement, and defensively, your team will be more sound defensively than it would have with Shaq. So at the end of the day, better scorer, better assist guy, Shaq. Better defender, better rim protector, Dwight. Better free throw shooter, Dwight. In the clutch, who's better? The same. So I ask you guys, who do you pick? Dwight or Shaq? Let me know in the comment section. And if you like what you hear, donate to the page. You can cash at me at the word welcome, the number 2, and an HDIITV. And also, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And please hit the notification bell to select all so you can receive all notifications. If you don't hit it, you won't hear any more videos. I'll probably do 2 or 3 more today. I've been real busy. That's why it took me so late to get some videos out. But thank you guys for your support. And thank you for listening. We are out. Daisy.